Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill. You already know what time it is. I'm back again at you with another video. Salute to Drew Nation. Shout out to the Galactic family. And yo, what's good to the GCVs? Everybody, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right. Shout out to all the new subbies. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Let's get it started. The more you grow in maturity and wisdom, you realize people aren't just as smart as they portray themselves to be. And that's just the honest to God truth. We give people more credit than they deserve. Chosen ones are very highly intelligent. You think thoughts that not the average person thinks. You get downloads, you get ideas from God via the universe. And the way you live your life, if people would, the way you live your life, right? We kind of got to fight to live our life. It's a fight, but we got to fight a little bit harder and a little extra than other people. Other people are just dealing with the ills of life. We deal with the ills of life while dealing with multiple people that are trying to stop us with their corruptive ways. So we have a little different start than everyone else. All right. How we handle our life and how we go about things is different. Right. And that's what allows us to be smart. That's what allows us to be sharp, because we constantly have to use our mind to evade all these attacks and get around all these things that people try to do to us. But still, we still have to try, and we still have to put forth our effort like everybody else does. But if we were to be left alone, it would be a lot easier if people weren't really on us like that. But we wouldn't be able to grow. We wouldn't be able to have the experiences. We wouldn't be as close to God as we could be. So the one thing that you need to know is that you're on the right track, and there's nothing you can do to stop how people are going to act towards you, right? There's nothing you can do to try to stop people from being that negative force in your life. All you have to do is realize that, you know what? I'm more mature than these people. You know what? I have more wisdom than these people, right? That wisdom tooth, when it's in the back of your mouth, it causes a lot of pain. For you to gain wisdom in life, you got to go through a lot of pain. So all the pain you go through behind people trying to stop you, trying to get in the way, you learn, you gain wisdom, you gain knowledge, you gain understanding. People who try to get in the ways of others are foolish. People who try to stop other people from succeeding are foolish. All right? You can't let them get to you, and you can't let their stupidity slow you down. People are going to be immature, and people are going to act foolish. All right? You put away your childish ways a long time ago. You stopped acting like a child a long time ago. But the more you grow in wisdom, you realize and see that people just aren't who they portray themselves to be. People don't portray themselves to be the type of person that they are. All right. They portray themselves to be something else. People want to be seen and looked at like they're this great person, like they're intelligent. All right. You are able to see through that. You can see, wait a minute, this person is trying to act one way. This person is trying to portray themselves as one way, but they're acting a whole separate way. All right. It takes growth. It takes wisdom to be able to see these things. You have to go through a certain level of pain. You got to go through a certain level of discomfort. You got to go through a certain level of suffering to gain certain aspects of knowledge, certain things that God wants you to see, what he wants you to understand. And once you figure these things out, once you go through these things, you see that it's just a person that's acting foolish. You see it as a person that's just trying to act smart. They're not as smart as us. All right. They have their own level of expertise and intelligence, not to say they're stupid, because they're definitely not stupid. They just don't use their mind correctly. They don't use their mind to advance. They use their mind to try and hold people back. Right? And the more you grow in maturity and wisdom, the more you're able to see past that. You are able to realize that, these people aren't as smart as they look. We give people too much credit. We think everybody is as smart as us because we're smart. We think that everybody else is just like us. Okay, this person must be smart. We're looking at the life through our lens. These people aren't as smart as us. And we see that by how they act. We see that by how immature they are. They may be intelligent, but when you act like a fool, that's not wise. That's not using wisdom. So the more they act like a fool, the more they portray themselves to be a fool, that's how people are going to look at them. Anybody with any intelligence, right? Anybody that can see through their charade is going to be like, that's a fool. I'm not entertaining this person. I'm not giving this person the time of day. So the more you grow in maturity, the less time, the less attention, the less reactions you're going to be giving people, because you're going to have wisdom on why not to. This is someone that I don't even need to pay attention to. This is someone that I can disregard. This is someone that I could just see and immediately go back to living my life and immediately go back about my business. That's wisdom, all right? People will try to act like they're on your level, but they're not. People will try to appear to be better than you, and they're not. All right, they're just not. They cannot compete with you, and they can't be on the same level as you. And because they're trying to, and it's not working, they're going to feel bad about themselves, right? And then even they themselves are going to realize that, wait a minute, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. I'm trying everything on this person. I'm trying to trick this person out their spot. I'm trying to make this person give up, and I'm unable to. And it's because you have grown in maturity and wisdom. All right, you can't sleep on maturity. People grow up, but not everybody matures. You have people that act like little children who don't want to change. And that's fine. But as long as you keep growing and as long as you keep maturing, you'll grow past that and see past that. All right. So you have to realize that you've been giving people way too much credit. Just the same thing as you thinking because you're a good person, you think everybody else must be a good person. Everybody else isn't as smart as you. People put on a real good front. All right. So you have to realize that you're on a different level than other people. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what you observe. It's just what you notice. Is what you realize. There's nothing wrong with realizing that the way you act puts you on a higher level than other people because of the way they act. There's certain rooms that their behavior would not allow them to be in. And we're not talking about no sacrifice. We're not talking about no dirty door. We're not talking about those doors. We're talking about business opportunities. We're talking about sitting around executives, or talking about sitting around people that make money, right? There are positive people that are willing to lend a hand and help people they see that are coming up. Like, say somebody looks at my channel, they know, or looks at what I'm doing, they know more than me. There are people who are going to reach out and be like, hey, young brother, I see what you're doing. Look, let me help you. All right, I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing. Let me lend a helping hand. I see what direction you're trying to go. I'm already at the promised land. Let me throw some rope out. All right, let me send a life raft. All right, I see you waving your hands. I see you. I caught your message. I saw the SOS. I'm here to let God sent me here to help you. Those types of people who act like they're smart but they're not, act like they're able to get over on you but they're not, act like they're able to manipulate you but they're not going to be able to get around those types of people. People who are about business and people who are successful, they don't want nothing to do with snakes. They're just like you, just on a higher level. They had to get through all the snakes. They had to get through all the fakes, step on all of the people that were trying to stop them. Because if you don't step on people who are trying to stop you, they're going to stop you. You have to step on people who are trying to stop you. There's no love there. It's an all-out spiritual warfare brawl. It's like UFC. They're trying to stop you. You got to stop them. You got to put the moves on them. And that's why they're not as smart as they think they are. They just portray themselves to be. They look like they have it all together. They act like they have it all together. They look like they got their life all panned out. But there's still some missing pieces into their morality and their character. And that's why they stay on that level to where they feel like they're the king of their world. Because if they were to try to elevate, they would have to go through that baby stage again where you got to crawl before you walk. You have to learn before you could teach. You got to learn before you could grow. They don't want to go through that stage. They don't want to grow in maturity and wisdom. They want things the easy way. They want to take the easy route. Who can I step on? Whose neck can I step on to get to my success? Who can I pull down so I could climb up? That's their MO. And that's why they're not that smart. People who are rich, people who are successful, people who are educated, they can see right through that. People who have dealt with manipulators, people who have dealt with manipulation, people who already know what types of people who are out there, people who are aware of these types of spirits and styles and behaviors, they're going to look at them and be like, yo, I know what type of person you are. You would not be a good fit for my company. There's no way I could use you to help me. There's no way there's no way you could benefit me so I could help you. Life's about using people. It's not about misusing people. All right? God uses people. God's using me. There's nothing wrong with using people. It's just where you misuse people, that's where things become corrupt. And they're not smart enough to realize that. They want to use people. They want to abuse people. They think that they can get their way in any situation. They think they can get their way. And when you don't give them their way, they throw temper tantrums. That's why they're not as smart as you thought they were. They don't have any maturity. They don't have any wisdom. They rather complain. They rather start a fight. They rather cause problems for somebody else because things aren't going the way they want. See, chosen vessels, we realize that things aren't going to go my way all the time. Things aren't going to work out the way I would like them to all the time. But to the best of my ability, I can make sure I'm all right. Because when I know when things go wrong, I don't have to go wrong with them. That's maturity. That's wisdom. Just because you have a problem, you don't let that problem take over your life. You don't let that problem wipe you out. You don't allow that problem to turn you into a demon. Just because you have the issue, now you're going around looking through the world through the lens of I have a problem, deal with it. It's not a good way to live. All right? There's no growth in that. That's going to hold you back. That's going to stifle your growth. That's going to keep you at level 1. When you can't look past your problem, you can't find the solution. When you are unable to look past your problems, you are unable to find solutions. Life is about finding solutions, figuring things out, learning how to make life better. Anybody that doesn't want to make their life better, stay away from them. Anybody that shows no self-improvement or no growth, stay away from them. Anybody that's grown but not mature, these people are playing games, not in a way to where it's funny, not in a way to where they're being a good friend or they're just trying to help people enjoy being around them. No, not that. They're immature in a way to where it makes a person doubt themselves. It makes a person second guess themselves. They're not mature enough to have love and show support and appreciate what somebody else is doing. They don't have that maturity. All they see is somebody that is going to be not successful like they're not successful. Oh, you're trying that? I tried some things before. I failed. You're going to fail too. That person's not that smart. You can't allow other people who look like they have it together to project their views of life onto you. You know, I tried that. You know, that didn't work out. It didn't work out for me. Why is it going to work out for you? Right? It's going to work out for you because you grow. You show growth. You'll take yourself from step 1 all the way to step 20. You'll go through each and every step, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 20, all the way to wherever you have to go. You will put in the time to learn. You will put in the time to create. You'll put in the time to do what you feel you need is possible for you to succeed. And they won't. They just want to be mad at everybody who puts in the work. And that's why they don't have any wisdom, right? That's why they don't grow. That's why they don't have any maturity. People who are immature are going to stay stuck at the same level. They're not going to show any progress. They're not going to show any progress mentally. That's why you have people with all types of things that are still stuck in the 3rd grade mentally. And certain people will allow those people in their group because they're easy to control. It's not that that person's better than you. It's not that they even like that person. This person is less intelligent. Less intelligent people are easier to manipulate. People who aren't that smart are easier to control. That's why it's always good to be working on yourself, because the more you find out about certain things and certain ways of life and how people act, the less you are able to be easily controlled. And that's why they fear you. That's why they don't like you. They can no longer control you. They try, but they fail. Because you chose maturity and wisdom. You didn't choose to give up. You didn't choose to complain. You didn't choose to live in sorrow and just say, this is the way life is for me. And I'm just stuck with this, and I'm going to have to deal with this. You took it upon yourself to work towards making your life better. You saw through the narcissism. You saw through the negativity. You saw through the gaslighting. You realized that, you know what? Life is better than this. Life's not supposed to be like this. I'm not supposed to be living in a constant state of negativity. I'm not supposed to be living in a constant state of fear. I'm not supposed to be living in a constant state of ignorance. When you know things, you're able to prevent things from happening. You're able to make better changes in your life. All right. It's not all information, but God with information and with intuition, you have a better advantage than anybody that doesn't choose to grow. So the fact that you're choosing to grow, you're going to have a leg up in life. The fact that you're choosing to grow, you're going to be able to have a better life than a lot of other people out there. All right, just because you decided I want growth, just because you decided I want maturity, I want wisdom. All right, maturity, wisdom, and growth, those are all things that lead to a rich person, a rich personality. You have to have a rich personality in order to be a rich person. You can't be mentally poor and physically rich in morals, integrity, or positive affirming ideas. You have to be rich in every way. You got to be rich in every way. And that's how you know a person is smart. They don't just want to be rich with money. They want to be spiritually rich. They want to be emotionally rich. They want to be mentally rich. They want to think rich thoughts. They want to feel rich, not just look rich and not just have money. They want to be rich in health. They want to be rich in love. They want to be rich with family. All right. They want to be rich in success. Not just driving a nice car, not just having a nice home. Those are wonderful things, but it's not all just that. You want to be rich in spirit. You like there's no point in having a whole bunch of money and being successful if you're Mr. Scrooge. You can't even enjoy it. You're so downtrodden and you're so low down and so low vibrational. You can't even somebody tell you have a good day. Yeah, yeah. We all have days like that where we don't feel like it, but you can't stay there. They choose to stay there. Their constant, perpetual state of mind is happy people, positive people, somebody enjoying themselves today. I gotta be around this happy person. And you'll see them. That's when you see them do things to try to bring you down. That's when you see them do things to try to manipulate you so you won't be happy anymore. They'll point out everything that they could possibly point out that's negative about you, about the current situation that you're in, about the environment or the place you're at. Oh man, this sucks here. Nobody wants to be here. This sucks. This is the worst place ever. And they don't even feel like that. They may feel like that, but even if they do feel like that, they see that you don't. So they have to get you on that vibration. This sucks. I'm miserable. I'm unhappy. They don't grow. When you don't grow, you're going to be miserable and you're going to be unhappy. You think it's hard to grow? It's more pain than staying the same person and not changing who you are. That's very painful. That's a slow, painful death. Because before you know it, when you reach a certain level in life or a certain age, you look back and be like, wow, all I had to do was go through that little hard period and go through this little tough period and make a change. It was going to be uncomfortable. It was going to be hard. It wasn't going to be easy. But if I did it, I would have suffered and turned into a better person because of it. Now, I look back on my life and I wasted all these years. And now I'm miserable and there's little to no chance or no time for me to change. Even though you still can, why wait that long? Why wait till you're old and gray to make a change? All right, wait till you're young and gray. I'm salt and pepper, but wait till we start to make a change today. Start to grow today. Lean towards growth. Find something that you would like to work on. Find an area that you'd like to make a change in. You could always grow in one area or another area of your life. You don't have to try to change yourself all at once. That's going to create anxiety. That's going to not help you be able to focus on the present. That's not going to keep you grounded. You're going to just take one thing you'd like to change about yourself and fix that. Take one thing you'd like to change about yourself and start to work on your life in that area. So that way you could have that specific area in your life how you want it to be. Then you work on another area. By the end of a year, if you do all that, you can be a very well put together, very well self-educated, very prosperous, very intelligent person. You can work on yourself. You could create your own curriculum. All you have to do is have an interest in things in certain areas, in certain ways of life that you would like to see yourself being, doing, or having. And you just and you'll make improvements on them. I'm going to pick this area. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to pick this area of my life. I'm going to work on that. Maybe it's fitness. Maybe it's eating right. Maybe it's working out. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's learning stocks and bonds. Pick an area that you want to be successful in. Start to attack it slowly but surely, and you'll be able to grow in wisdom. All right. And the maturity comes in where you say, you know what? I can't do this all at once. I know I know where I want to be. I know who I want to be. I know what I want to have. I know what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is just take this a little bit at a time, treat it like an elephant, bite it a little bit at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. You just take it one bite at a time. So just work on things, lay your brick each and every day. Lay a brick, lay a brick. Before you know it, you'll have a whole house that you could live in, a whole house and foundation of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So the more you grow in maturity and wisdom, you will realize that people just aren't as smart. If people aren't moving like we're discussing in this video, it's no way they could possibly be smart. They may be intelligent. They may have their things that they're good at, but a smart person moves a certain way. You could tell a person that's smart by how they move, the way they carry themselves. It's more just than knowing things and being intelligent. You have to carry yourself a certain way. All right, so make sure we're all carrying ourselves with maturity, with growth, and with wisdom. All right, move smart and move wise. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you for watching this video. All right, everybody hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. This has been another Druuill special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. I'll see each and every one of you amazing folks in the next video. Peace.